Hi, I got messaged the other day by someone asking me how they should handle this situation. They are trying to get line managers to control their contractors better. So they've got contractors walking in without signing in, they haven't been inducted, we don't know if these people are qualified. Sounds like some quite dodgy contractors have been chosen to do work, maybe some of the cheapest ones and so on. And the line managers seem to be quite resistant at the idea of selecting competent contractors, controlling them, inspecting what they do, taking an interest in how they work and whether they work safely. There's this general attitude of, well, they're contractors and it's just not our responsibility. And as health and safety professionals, we do know better. And yet this colleague of mine is, like I have done in the past, really struggling to get line managers to agree. So they said, well, what should I do? Well, here's one answer. It's like, stop trying to influence them. Stop trying to influence these line managers. Take it above, take it higher. You're going to escalate this. One of the best ways of influencing whole groups of people is actually just to influence their boss. Influence their boss. So if these people answer to, say, an operations manager or an operations director or a managing director, as the case may be, take it up with them. Don't go whining to this person. Don't say, oh, your people are doing this and your people are doing that. No, very positive, constructively. You would say, I've noticed the following things happening. And then you give them some examples of what's going on. Then point out the legal problem that's creating, point out the practical problem, the things that could go wrong. And then ask this senior person, ask them if they would agree that this is a problem which needs solving. So would you agree that we need to do something to tighten this up? Most managers, practical managers with a bit of a brain, will say, yes, that sounds like a problem that we need to tighten up on. They might not be agreeing with exactly you want to do, but they say, yes, we need to tighten up on that. And as long as we can come up with a simple way, practical way that isn't going to cost us too much time and energy, I'll go along with fixing that. And that's great. You've now got agreement to do something simple, practical, that doesn't cost too much time or energy. So then we go back to the line managers, maybe pick one or two of the more influential ones, and we say to them, right, you're not going to like this, you're really not going to like this, but the boss has agreed to introduce some tighter controls around contractors. We're going to do a contractor policy, very simple system. I'd really appreciate your input and what that system looks like, because I would like to make this as simple and as easy as possible for everybody. And I think it's in everyone's best interest, yours and mine, that this doesn't take up too much time and too much energy. So would you be happy to help me design this system? With them, ideally, but you can do it by yourself, design a system that's simple and easy, put that back to this senior director, whoever it was, get them to rubber stamp it and agree it, and more than that, you're going to take it one step further, get them to implement it, get them to announce it, get them to email it to everyone, get them to announce it in front of everyone at the next team meeting, production meeting, or whatever it may be. Get them, write a script for them if you have to, write the email for them if you have to. Get them to emphasize how important it is that this is to be implemented, and get them to say that, right, you're all going to work with Will, David, whatever your name is, you're going to work with Will, who's going to help you get this implemented and give you all the training and information that you need to get started. And I need this in place by this date. Here's the deadline that you've got. Great, now you're up and running. Now you've got the full public support of this senior person. Get on with it, give them the training, give them the information, do all of the coaching, mentoring, babysitting, hand-holding that you need to do during the initial teething problems, implementation phase. And then, after a period of time, you're going to be feeding back to this director the result of all of this. You're going to be telling them whether it works or not, whether people are following the system, following the rules or not. And you get this senior person to enforce the rules. Don't you go enforcing the rules. Well, you might do a little bit, but it's all on you again and no one's taking responsibility. You want the senior director to be taking responsibility for this stuff. Influence, to not use a swear word, influence flows downhill. You want it to flow downhill. Yeah? This, just like we wouldn't consult every frontline employee on health and safety matters, we consult with a rep who then liaises with everybody. Same thing, you're not going to consult and enforce safety with every single line manager in the organisation. Deal with the people at the top, and then it flows down through the hierarchy and through the chain of command. That's a principle which I have used to great effect in a number of organisations. Put in place a system, get the system agreed, get the director to announce the system, to put their full backing behind it. You then work on the implementation and then feed back to the director how it's going and get them to enforce it with any pockets of resistance. There you are. Anyway, hope that helps. Let me know how that goes.